everybody. I'm Jean-Louis Bouvier. I'm working at Le SAF as a technician. And today we are pleased to introduce a different way how to use a broil flour. So, as you know, broil flour is quite popular in Asia, especially Korea, Japan. But in France, with Le SAF, we are developing a different way to process the broil flour. So we use broil flour, but not so high temperature as you have here. The target of the final dough temperature after brewing is between 60 and 65, it's much less as you have here. So this temperature, in order to get less gluten damage during this brewing process, and by the way, we can get a better volume of the final bread, and also to keep the softness as we have with the broil process. So now we're going to do the preparation for the chickpea broil flour. So first of all, we scale the water. So we need 200, but as we're going to heat the water, so we start with the 250 and scale later. So for temperature, the target is 90 degrees to get the good temperature for the expecting 60-65 degrees at the end of the broil flour. Temperature 90 degrees. So now we're going to scale 200 grams of water. So this is for chickpea broil flour, so we use a strong flour for that. So as you can see, now we have the block of dough of the broil, so we can stop the mixing. So after mixing, we can put the broil flour in a bowl. We check the temperature. Wrap with the vinyl, like that. And put in a room at 10 degrees, 12 degrees for about 15 hours. We can use also chiller for longer time, as 1 day, even 2 days, to get the same effect of the broil flour. So now we're going to do the final dough for chickpea. Use the broil flour from yesterday. So for the broil flour, as you see, we use 20% of the flour in a broil. So here we have 80%, 100 total. In addition all of that, we have 7% of sugar, 2% of salt, 7% of butter, and 54% of water. As we have 20% here with the broil, so it's become 74% based on total flour weight. Regarding the yeast, we're going to use SSD Gold 1%. So we're going to scale 10 grams for 1 kilo. Regarding blend improver, we use Ibis Yellow, who is a complete improver for volume and softness, and also it's a clean label, no E number inside. And very low dosage, even 0.1, 0.2%, he has efficient effect. So here we're going to use 0.2%, 2 grams for 1 kilo. Okay. So now we're going to mix the dough. We start with all ingredients except the butter. First of all, we start with the flour, yeast, ibis yellow, sugar, and salt. We mix it a bit dry first. All the dry ingredients before adding the boiled flour and water. Regarding boiled flour, as you can see here, after 15 hours resting, it's a little bit soft. And the water. So, as we explained, there is different way of boiled flour. In France, we have a different method as a Japanese, as a Korean one. We use a lower dough temperature of the broil after finish first step mixing. In France, we are between 60 and 65 degrees. So, by the way, we preserve the gluten network, and the bread has much better volume at the end. And also, we preserve the enzyme that is the point is can work during the resting and get more sweetness, more tasty at the end of the product. So now we go into the second mixing. As a regular chic pan, we develop the dough before adding the fat. So now we start to develop the dough, as you can see, and we're going to put the fat. And go back to the slow speed for that. So now the dough is ready. As you can see, it's not sticky anymore on the bowl. So the dough mixing is a little bit longer as a regular chic pan, but shorter as if we compare with broiled flour as more than 70 degrees, as we are not destroying too much the gluten network with a 65 degree of the broiled flour. As you can see here, we have a nice dough development. Okay. We're going to check the dough temperature. 27, 28 degrees. It's quite perfect for that. Okay. So after mixing, We have the first fermentation for 60 minutes at 25 degrees at the room temperature. If it's too cold, you can put in a puffer in order to get the right fermentation. We cover the dough. So now we have the dough after 60 minutes fermentation. We're going to divide it at 250 grams. As you can see, the dough, even with 74% water, so it's quite good, not sticky at all. And now we're going to pre-shape the dough before resting 20 minutes. Very easy to pre-shape, no sticky. After pre-shape, before shaping, we give a 20-minute resting at the room temperature, 25 degrees. So now we have the dough after the 20-minute resting, a chic pan with a broil flour. We're going to shape it . It's very important to degas at this stage in order to get very close texture. And this specific shaping also, as you know, is help a lot to get this close texture. This shaping is very popular in Asia, but in Europe it's not really popular. It's not well known. And even for French, it's very strange to work sandwich bread, loaf bread, with so high water. Normally in our, sandwich bread, water level is much less. We can say maximum 60%. So now we do the final shaping. Just make it a little bit longer, like that. Before. Very important to make it strong. And this dough, you cannot believe, there is 74% water inside. It's quite stiff and easy to work, we can say. So now we have the dough ready to proof. So we're going to put 35, 38 degrees for 60, 70 minutes, depending on the temperature, 35, 38. With 80-85% humidity. Going to the puffer. So now the chic pan is proof. As you can see, it's almost reached the top of the tin, and we're going to bake for about 30 minutes at 220 degrees. So now the chic pan with broiled flour is baked. As you can see, we have a nice oven spring, no shrinkage on the sides, and also quite a light product after baking. So after cooling, we're going to compare and to check the texture inside. So now the chic pan presentation, and we have besides our chic pan today, we made with a broiled flour, French style we can say, with 60-65 broiled dough after the mixing. We have the traditional way of Korean chic pan, 탕종으로 chic pan. And as you can see, there is a big difference in terms of volume. And besides that, this one scaling 500, final dough is 427, and this one is maybe scaling at 600 with a final dough, final bread is at 510 grams. So as you can see, there is a big difference in terms of volume and also in terms of shape. Here, the definition is a little bit different. So now we're going to slice each of them to see the texture. In terms of texture, so this one is more on mochi texture, and this one is much more on the softness texture and with a nice volume and nice expansion. And once again, the big difference in terms of oven spring is due of the way of the broiled flour. This one, as they use in traditional Korean way, very high broiled dough after the mix. We destroy a little bit the gluten network, and this one, the French 탕종으로 way, we have much more gluten for the expansion. That's why there is a big difference in terms of volume. And of course, this broiled French flour weight is much more soft as a traditional chic pan without using any broiled flour process. In terms of softness, you can see we have a nice reaction in both of them. This one is a little bit more, we can say, less elastic. This one is coming very fast and with a very good softness.